Let's talk about a few more features with the free CAD tool that comes with the WinBidPro V15 software from GDS. So to get to it, let's from whatever drawing we're showing in the drawing window here, I can click CAD. That's going to open up the free CAD tool. And remember, if you have your own CAD software, you can always change to that um, through the drawing settings menu options. So keep that in mind. So for the free CAD tool, though, this is what you get. So we talked about moving stuff around. So let's move this vertical split here, and I select it. I can go to my move tool here on the toolbar. I click on it again, and that pretty much picks it up. Now I'm moving it over somewhere, just a different place. Usually I like to zoom in a little more than this, but I did an okay job. Sometimes the drawing just kind of wigs out when I move my mouse around. So to get back to that, just click Zoom Extends, and then we get back to our drawing. So let's actually zoom in a little better here. Um, so I'm going to zoom in. I moved my vertical over. I actually did a good job because everything's lined up. But now if I want to move, close up this gap here, let's say, and I need to move these lines over so that they're not just sitting, there's no gap sitting there. So I want to zoom in really well here. And I can escape out of my zoom command or my move command and all that. So I'm going to escape to clear everything out. I'm going to select the entity that I want to resize here. And it gives me my handles. So I'm going to click this handle. Basically, I'm going to be moving one line at a time. So I'm going to scroll that over, and I'm going to try and line up my crosshairs so that the lines disappear on the right here. So see, to the right of the crosshair, I've got the dashed line when I move it down, and then everything kind of lines up into one line when I'm on point here. So it's really sensitive. So I've pretty much lined everything up vertically and horizontally. I'm gonna click the mouse to set that point down. So I'm gonna pick this point up, slide it over by just dragging my mouse around, and I'm gonna go over a little bit to the left, and I'm gonna set this one down so that it places it. Now you'll notice, even though I lined everything up, I still saw a little wiggle in the line there. I'm going to zoom back in. So I guess I could, do a little bit more to get this line straight by zooming way in, and I can take that handle and move it up just a tiny bit, um, so that it kind of tries to line up a little better. And I can even bring it over to the left a little. So you'll see this is a little tedious and not that easy to do. So I think with CAD software, with a lot of CAD software, there's a way to snap to a grid kind of a thing where it snaps to the line that you're trying to mate it to. Unfortunately, I just don't know how to do that with this software. So this is about the best I can do. So now let's zoom extends again, and you'll see that that looks pretty good if I escape out. My lines look pretty good up there. So now I would want to do the same thing with this, just to drag it over, basically extend that line over to this vertical. Do the same thing with these stops at the bottom. So that's how you would do that. Now, one thing I wanted to show you is how easy it is just to draw a rectangle. So there's a little rectangle tool here on the right. I'm going to click that, and you'll see the command down here is rect for rectangle. Now I'm going to zoom in right here. Let's say I want to add a vertical, little split piece just for the fun of it. So I'm going to try and start exactly where I want it to start. So I'm going to get that crosshair to line up the best I can. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. See, I don't want to zoom in too much because then I can't go down to where I can't see the area, the full area that I want to draw in. So I'm going to zoom in a little more so I can see both lines. So the trick here is, see how that crosshair disappeared on the vertical or on the horizontal axis? I'm actually going to click now, and it's going to start the drawing. Like, that's point one of my rectangle. Now I'm going to just drag my mouse down so that I'm going to get to this little glass stop. Now what I'm guessing on here is the width of it. So you can just kind of guess, so it looks pretty close to, the same profile that you've got here. So I've drawn my vertical in. I can actually move it around pretty easily by clicking in it. I can actually click on it here. Let's hit escape to get out of that horizontal command, or I'm sorry, to get out of the rectangle command. But if I click on that and then I go up here, it's basically got two handles. So a rectangle is one object where our verticals, horizontal sills, heads, all those are basically a combination of four lines that group together. So that's why we get four little handles. So when you draw something with one of the tools in this CAD program, it creates a rectangle as one object. I can just click on it and drag it around. So I can change the size real easily. I can do all that just by clicking on it. So now to move it, let's see here. I'm going to hit escape. I'm going to click it. Now I can just move it around. So you kind of want to escape to clear everything out, click one of the handles, and I can move it around. Um, but basically, it's a little easier to work with an object or entity that we've created as opposed to one that we brought in from the GDS program, which is what happens when you open the CAD program. So you'll notice it's red. Um, Again, when that mouse kind of wigs out and the drawing kind of scrolls all over the place, just go to Zoom Extends up here, and that puts the drawing back to where it needs to be, or fills the screen with the drawing. Um, so I've selected that entity still. The handles are still there. I can go down to the pen color because I don't want that red anymore. I want it by default, it's red, and I can change it when I want to. So I'm going to go here to the pen color. I'm going to click this little down arrow. It gives me the palette, the color palette. I'm just going to click black and OK. So that changes my little rectangle that I inserted to black. So you'll notice I'm hitting escape and it's saying command cancel, but my rectangle is still selected. So I'm actually going to right click and that should be clearing it for me, but it's being stubborn. So it's a little funky. Okay, this time I hit, so I right clicked and then I hit cancel. And now it unselected the vertical rectangle that I drew in. So definitely quirky. It's free and you can do some things with it. Watch all the videos to see what you can do with it, and there's obviously a lot more that CAD can do. But if you really want to get into CAD, it's advisable to get a good CAD program like AutoSketch or TurboCAD or EasyCAD, FastCAD. Some of the ones I've talked about in previous videos. And there's another free one on our website that's actually way better than this one. It's just a program you need to install yourself. So this will get by in a pinch. You can move things around, edit, delete, and all that text and stuff, and draw in some lines and delete some lines and all that. But if you really want to get into some powerful CAD, we definitely recommend a different CAD program. So that's it for this one. There's going to be a couple more videos, and hopefully this will get you through your estimate and some shop drawings. Thanks a lot.